Assassination Classroom, Season 2, Episode 12.
最終問題。生徒の半数はここまですら来れなかった。
Yeah, we're doing mediocre college level exams.
最後まで解ける余力はすでにない。
This doesn't look that hard. Come on, you guys are exaggerating. This is very Evangelion. And abstract
この
art.
二人だけだった。
What is it? What subject is it? We're just inventing new subjects. That's how difficult it is. And where is home ec? Maybe home ec can't save us this time. Think Outside the Box Time by Manami Okuda.
渚くんが昔からよく言ってたっけ。
Stop putting me in dresses.
同じ人間なのにどうしてここまで差がつくんだろう。やっぱカルマくんは才能が違うね。
Like, he's so generous despite his issues.
本物の天才はどっちだって話。
Right.
要するに人間はみんな他人の見えない部分を才能
This is interesting. What is talent?
奥田さんみたく好きなことにはバカみたいに没頭でき
Unique
る。
individual gifts.
寺坂みたく何にも考
I
え
don't know
な
if
い
that's
で
like...
動ける
Well, it could be applied. It could be applied in a good way.
俺には見えない才能
Oh,
の
we're into domains now.
そういう意味じゃみんな同じなんだ。
Beautiful. That's beautiful from Karma.
やっべこれ絶対時間足りなくね。
That was such a heartwarming monologue from, the kid who likes to torture people. It's funny that he praised Nagisa because that was a very Nagisa-like gift. That gift has become his own. That's the cool thing about having great people in your life, or, I mean, it has to be individual greatness to some extent, where you have this moment where you see through into someone's domain, and you almost acquire it, maybe not in the full depth and quality that the person you're observing has it, but you almost immediately bridge some gap, you kind of average out a little bit just by the knowledge of its existence. Depending on what it is. I mean, if it's like factual knowledge, that's not going to work, but quality of character, mind frame, I think this is partly why, personally, I'm less drawn to facts and data, but I'm so compelled by framing blocks where, oh, it's this frame, or like it's this pattern. And I've gotten so much of that from people around me. And again, not only in terms of, reasoning, but behavior and positive attributes, generosity, just in this moment of clarity, observing something different about someone. That's a different emotional value that makes a lot of sense. I mean, a very famous example of this is what would Jesus do? I have that for a lot of people I know in real life. What would this friend do? What would my father say? Depending on their unique gifts. I mean, a big one for me is what would Deku do? It could come from media just as easily.
原子とか耐震立方格子構造とか余計な言葉に惑わされてはいけない。問題の要点は至ってシンプル。敵に囲まれたこの箱の中で
We really are doing domain expansion.
僕の領域だ。封印した。
Domain defense. Weren't we supposed to be solving test problems?
8体の敵に囲まれてい
We
る。
are solving a test problem.
封印エリア8個分の体積を求め立方体から排除した残りが A0。
Alright, it's a question about domains.
僕にぴったりのテーマじゃないか。
This actually looks like a pretty fun
違
game.
う支配者の形。
He's deviating. What's your postulation?
それは人を壊し
What's your answer?
育てはしない。
Interesting. Education doesn't require destroying people.
僕の親
And yeah, it's still in service of the principal, which is what's weird about it.
見えた。
It's in, yeah, his father might be proud. It clicked.
難しい計算何もいらなく
Oh,
ね。
he saw through it. He sees the matrix.
この外にもずっと同じ構造があるってことだ。つまり
I mean, this is basically just
ここで終わりじゃない。
trigonometry, no?
俺から見ればみんなが自分の才能
Oh, they
や
have different approaches. This is so interesting. That's so cool.
それはみんなも同じ。
Their interpretations. Same answer.
みんなのかけらは一人につき8分の1になる。箱の中には俺が丸々一人と周りの8人が8分の1ずつ存在している。
How did we get this such a beautiful metaphor out of this math problem?
立方体の半分まで。
Amazing. And no shots fired. Man, they just did a good job of this test. Just the visualizations, the answer was much more simple. It was there the whole time.
自分の外にも世界があるって気づけたら。
Nailed it. Perfect. This split characterization is really cool for a couple reasons. One, it's their different styles. So Asano's brute force, master all the individual components and bring it together, versus Karma's more heuristic, natural, intuitive, lazy style, if you know what I mean. But this is the positive aspect of his laziness. Your weaknesses becoming your strength. This is just that intuitive, natural feeling for things that reveals a simpler solution, which is maybe what you can say is the positive side of that laziness. Finding efficiency, not being confused or overwhelmed or distracted by unnecessary complexities, identifying what you don't need. I think this also, in a way, way speaks to, again, the process versus results oriented thing. Karma is connecting this to something way bigger than math, where he's visualizing his relationships and units of people, and there's like a more broader philosophical slant where Asano is focusing on this problem and its formulas and its solutions. There's also the contrast of Asano seeing it in terms of his enemies, where Karma sees it in terms of his friends. Also, in that it's funny that Asano takes it aside to criticize his father's rational approach, but that's sort of the approach he uses, echoing sort of the problem with this whole thing that by escaping his father, in some ways probably rewarding his father. It's also a nice metaphor of everyone having their whole that we only see fragments of. And I think there's a metaphor in there of like the fragments being connected, interconnected. Like I was saying before about how the true observance of other people's gifts in a way become your gifts. Because you're the center of the atom, right? But you, like the cube, don't end at the limits. There's a connection and it's interwoven with others. It just depends on how you categorize it and what lines you're using to demarcate. In an abstract way, you can have you and other people existing as a sort of Venn diagram with, you know, there's an overlap. And there is a circle that forms that is you and the other person, where that is your combined being. And intuitively, that feels right to me. You know, like if I think about any one really strong relationship in particular, there is a circle that contains us both, you know, where we meet and where we overlap. And they also connect to others, and I connect to others, and so on and so forth, into an overlapping web. Oh, maybe he lost time because of the brute test calculations. Oh, we didn't finish. Oh. Brute force has failed. Ooh, 11. Ooh, that's not 20. I mean, they did both get the answer, right? And I want you to know I love you and I'm proud of you no matter what. Just like with the acorn noodle shop you made. I can't read! Oh, we made it! Wow, wow, wow. Well, I mean, maybe someone else fell off. I mean, okay, no, we did it. We did it. Crazy. And Karma got first place. Wow, we won and we won. We won the small game and the big game. And I guess that's no coincidence. We won the small game because we won the big game. I think that's how that goes.
みんなと1年過ごしてなきゃ解けなかった気がする。そんな問題だったよ。
いやー、しかしここまで長かったわ。
暗殺の次に達成したい悲願だったしね。本当に私たち A 組に勝てたんだね。
We're the A class now.
女の子にもモテモテだぜ。
Well,
やるな俺たち。
hold off. Curb your enthusiasm a little bit. Oh, wow. Is that the guy who scored top 50 in his middle school class? Can't wait to have his children. As somewhat of a ladies' man myself, I know that if there's one thing women love, it's guys who scored top 50 in their middle school class. Girls everywhere. Hooray. Everyone has their own motivations.
E 組に落ちていろいろなことがあったけど。
Yes, a lot has happened.
A 組の連中、今頃
They're not having a good time.
してんだろうな。俺たちに負けるなんて思ってなかっただろうからな。ちなみに A 組はテスト前半の強化までは絶好調でした。
Oh, they burn out? Yeah, they burned out.
一夜漬けの殺意じゃなくて、時間をかけてじっくり育てる。
Process. Process.
君たちの勉強じゃ勝てなかった。それだけのことだ。
I've been doing it wrong.
君たちに誇れる成績を取れなかった。この悔しさは絶対未来に生かす。
Maybe it's time to let go of
高
that.
校に行っても僕が勝ち。
I mean, he's
君
gonna
た
do
ちの
fine,
勝たせる
but
手段を探し続ける。
I mean friends.
君は生死をかけた勝負の後でも
He bet his life? Wait, when did that happen?
理事長先生。
Just slithered in.
その戦いが負けたら死ぬ勝負かと
Are you threatening us, or is this like the metaphor assassination where, you know, we're assassinating tests and stuff? Are you gonna kill us?
卒業まで徹底して脳みそを改良しよう
Oh, he's cracking a little bit, right? He's losing.
理事長先生。
Losing it.
今はっきりわかりました。
今のやり方では
We don't want to do it your way anymore.
僕たちは
Your way's
いい組
failed.
に勝てま
Sorry.
せん。
And you're a bad leader. He lost his red eye.
彼らの持つしなやかな強さにかないません。
Back to our roots.
力を及ばず申し訳ありません。お気に召さなければどうぞ E 組に落としてください。
I mean, you could. I've always been saying that is a strategy. You can just keep it going. Just reverse it.
理事長、
But I think
これが答えです。
this is a failure. Oh, you cannot do that. You cannot hit. You just lost control. And you violated your own principle. If you need to rule by force, you're a
誤
loser.
作動でも起こしたような顔してるね。やっと父親らしいあんたを見れた気がするよ。
It's good that you actually care. It's like what Karma said about being afraid of not being afraid. Maybe there's a relief to see some humanity in the principle, even if it's terrible. He bleeds. We hold your kingdom. This is a major character test. He could, you know, reevaluate. Or he could get really, really bitter and bloodlusty.
この山から出たい人はいますか？
No!
では今回の褒美に先生の弱点を教えてさしあげよ
Oh, we're just demolishing the school. We're finishing the job Nagisa's mom couldn't do.
退出の準備をしてください。
Yeah, we will study in the
今朝
forest.
の理事会で決定
We
し
will
ました。
live there, swim there, eat there.
来年開校する系列学校の新校舎に移ってもらい、卒業まで校舎の性能試験に協力
I mean,
して
does that
もら
really
います
matter? Do we really care?
新校舎。
監視システムや脱出防止システム、
Oh, okay, this is okay.
刑
Yeah, we
務
care
所
about
を参
this.
考に
Oh, so we're just going to prison. Get desperate.
この校舎で卒業して。
You gotta pay our parents some of that 100 million.
私の教育にもう
Are
あ
you
なたは
fired?
用済み
Are
だ
we fired? Getting fired?
今ここで私があなたを殺します。
You can't do that though, because of you can't fire the teacher who just
とうとう。
got his students amazing grades.
不当解雇です。
そんでこれ面白いほど聞くんだよこのタコには。
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
早がてなさらぬよう。これは標的を操る道具に過ぎない。
There was no misunderstanding about that.
私の教育に不要となったのでね。
Of course, since they has some cards he could play. For example, I will blow up your house. I will blow up your school. I will blow up you. I will blow up the world. Of course, since they're just too nice, you can't rule by force because that would be playing into his hands.
確かにあんたは超人的だけど、思いつきでやれるほど、うちのタコは甘くないよ。
Have you seen the nature around here? We will study in the woods, for real. And we'll eat delicious acorn noodles.
浅野理事長、何を考えて
I guess there's no oversight for this school
さ
whatsoever.
てコロ先
Parents
生、
don't really care.
もしも首が嫌ならば、
I
も
guess
し
he
もこ
controls
の
them
教
all.
室を守りたければ、私とギャンブルをしてもらいます。
Alright, let's just leverage for this game.
うち4つは対先制手榴弾、残り1つは対人
It's grenade roulette,
用、爆発するよう作らせました。
so there's no delay.
そんなの開いた瞬間レバーが起きて。
そう、ほぼ確実に爆発を食らう。ですが、溶けるまでは一切動いてはいけません。順番はあなた
Is
が
his
先
brain
に
as fast as his body? This doesn't seem like a feasible challenge. Okay, this is not okay in a school environment. You can't be like, okay, I know. All right, I know. We made it this far. Where are the adults?
社会に出たらこんな理不尽の連続だよ。
Maybe this is the
強者
origin.
と弱者の間では特に。
Yeah, this is the origin.
だから私は君たちにも強者になれと教え
Life is
て。
inherently unfair, so you must win by any means. If we just assume everything's unfair,
これは
everything's
あなた
okay.
の教職に対する本気度を見る試験でもある。私があなた
Once again, you know,
を
you
迷
don't
わ
have to
ず
say
やります
yes.
がね。
But like, of course, the most satisfying thing would be crushing this challenge.
あなたのスピードなら簡単かもしれませんね。
もちろんです。
He's wishing he had studied a little bit more. It's different in test conditions. I guess there's no time for metaphorical monologuing about the test questions or battling beasts.
平面付け計算。ほら簡単なやつですよ。
There's no time for, like I said, there's no time for this. It's gonna blow up. He's panicking. You gotta be clear-headed.
反応速度や思考速度は把握している。
Right, yep, that's it. That's the weakness.
あと3発耐えられるダメージじゃねえ。やられちま
Time
う
to
のか
overcome his
よ。
weaknesses
こんな単純な方法で。
That he agreed to.
強者は好きな時に好きなように弱者を殺せる。この真理を教える仕組みを全国にばらまく。防衛省から得た金とあなたを殺した賞金があれ
I
ば
will be the richest man in the
全
world.
国に我が系列校を作れるでしょう。
どこまでも教育のことを。
I mean, the man he's committed. He has a vision. No one can take that away from him. His argument, I mean, the idea that life isn't fair, ignoring the obvious questions of having to define fairness and who gets to decide the definition of fairness, which actually turns out, I think, to be an unsolvable problem. And also added to it since it's about things being unequal and not evenly distributed, is such a given that fair may not even enter the equation. No more than you would say that gravity isn't fair. And also that ethics and good morality is based partly around addressing the problems of adverse effects like negative chance and non-abundance. Anyway, it being used as an excuse to do whatever you want in order to get what you think you deserve or need out of life creates the very same seeds of destruction that you're so bitter about. To steelman his argument, since he's talking about spreading it through the nation, maybe through the world, maybe it's something like an emphasis and a push for excellence through meritocracy. And there's something to be said for that. Meritocratic systems are really important for excellence in the sub-games, the mini-games, which are important. They are a big part of our lives. They are things that go into what we most need and our functions, and we probably do want a lot of those things to be judged based on excellence because they are evaluated and provide the greatest utility based on their quality and how good they are. So that makes sense. But where that crosses a key line is anything is justified towards that pursuit, which immediately undermines the whole process because if you're allowed to do anything in pursuit of your stated goal, then it quickly ceases to be about merit anyway and starts to be about finagling and tactics and short-term cheap tricks, sabotage, social and political maneuvering. And just bigger picture, that sort of ethos, the value systems itself, probably create a much larger systemic issue than any of those individual fields in which that meritocracy is being applied can replace. Social studies, I feel like he's good at. That's his specialty, right?
私の教育の礎と
He naturally loves the world. But he's got to calm down, take a deep breath. Oh, that's the end? Wow, that flew by. What will be Koro Sensei's revelation, I wonder? I'll bet it will be connected to the students. This is interesting because we're turning the lens back on him. This will probably be something he got from the students, just like karma. This is an end credit scene? Keiichi Kunadon. Oh, I got big news for you, Kunadon! This should be good. I'm gonna enjoy this. You alright? What a bootlicker. Look at this. Oh, you're fired! Get out! Reemployment refugee! Yay! It's over for you, Kunadon. You failed. You suck. We all hate you. Oh, wow. The sweet joy of seeing Kunadon suffer. I never thought I'd see the day. God, that was a beautiful end credit scene. I'm glad I caught that one.